Hello and welcome to another Java tutorial. Today we'll be looking at JPassword fields. So to show you exactly what I'll be covering today, I compiled this quick program that's going to just show everything. I'll go into later depth after I kind of give you a brief overview of specifically what I'm doing. So currently I have this JPassword field, which is this box. It kind of looks similar to a JText field, except when I type into it, it's going to mask the characters as this little black dot, which you can change later on, which I'll show you right after. And when I press enter or log in, it will encode the string that I typed into this this encoded string that is not kept in memory. Which is, I guess, which is also safer. So here I have the JPassword field, and this is kind of similar to how I would set up a text field, like a JText folds TTF equals new JText. So it's kind of like the exact same thing, except that it's a new form of input that has a whole array of cool attributes that a generic text field does not have, such as encoding information. So what's kind of cool is that when you try to receive information from the password, you can either do password whatever the object is called .getPassword, and it will take the information and send it through. And so if somebody were to grab the information from point A to point B, it's going to be encoded, so it's safer. I could technically get specifically what the user wrote by password.getText, kind of like a regular field. So that's kind of something else you can do. I guess I could show it compared. So here in a string, cute cats, and on the top it says what it's going to translate as an encoded string, and below is what I actually typed as a get text attribute. Like you can change what is masks the characters as. So basically, if I do password set echo character to an asterisk, I've changed the character. Whenever I type, it's going to change it to a little asterisk instead of the traditional black circle, which actually I prefer, but you can kind of put in anything, like a money sign, because why not? So yeah, so you can do this for many things. I think I've included this particular object in my email client tutorial thing, where you need to type in your username and password to connect to your Google account. So this is a little bit more secure in transferring data, because it just encodes it, which is very handy. And so something else that I added that is not entirely necessary, but I will also include in the source code, is a key listener. So basically, not entirely necessary to knowing what a JPassword field is, but basically what I did was, if the login button is if the password thing object is being highlighted at that moment, and the user presses enter, like get key code and get the and if the key code that the user pressed is enter, then it's going to click the login button, or you could just manually click the login button, but it's really nice to have. So I'm just going to automatically include this, because probably if you were to include some sort of password field, it's a lot easier just to, press tab to switch fields and then press enter without actually having to click things. A little bit more intuitive. So for now, that's kind of it. That was very brief, but I find that it is very useful to know, and I use it quite a bit for some of my programs. I think that's kind of it. I just want to keep this brief because there's no reason to really kind of glaze over, there's no reason to get into some extreme specifics, because this is kind of like really all you need to kind of get started. So like the video if you learned something, or possibly favorite it. Also subscribe, that will be very helpful. If you have any questions about this video or just programming in general, put it in the description below. I'll try to, not the description, the comments below. I will try to get to it as fast as possible, because I actually enjoy answering those questions. And if you have any recommendations for future videos, that is also very helpful to me. And you get a video that you want. Also, if the question that you ask is complicated and fun enough that then it probably warrants its own response video. So be sure to think of some interesting, fun, unique problems, because I'd love to look at them. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.